Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's, a memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. I was his primary caregiver for the 8 years that Harvey lived with Alzheimer's disease. And today I want to share a seemingly minor incident that I watched last week. I was sitting on my outdoor patio when some movement caught my attention out of the corner of my eye. Turning my head, I saw a bit of dried leaf moving across the ground, seemingly just floating just above the surface. Looking closer, I could see that ants were seeming to transport a bit of dead leaf across my patio. I got down on my hands and knees, and indeed, there were about 12 ants moving this piece of a dead leaf. And there were other ants around, kind of moving in front and behind the team that was working to move this leaf. Well, I continued to watch, wondering what they were going to do when they got to the edge of my patio, because at that edge is an electric cord. When they got to it, they could not climb over it because it was slick and high, and they didn't seem to be able to get traction to move over it. So they, together as a team, continued to work their way down the cord until they found a place where they tried to go under it. That didn't work. So they kept going down the length of the cord until they found a spot where it looked like the patio had some irregularity, and they were able to finally get over that, over the cord with their treasure. I was intrigued. I've never seen ants do this before, and I was just, again, intrigued. I didn't know where they were taking this piece of leaf. I don't have any ant hills in my lawn, so I just continued to watch as they continued to carry this leaf bit under and over the leaf litter that is between the clumps of monkey grass that is my lawn, and until I finally lost sight of them. I never will know where they went with this. I took a video of this ant rodeo, and studying it in real time on the video, it's a bit hard to figure out what's going on. But it looked like these 12 ants were moving this leaf bit, and the seemingly random ants that were in front and behind the team were kind of skittering in and out of the picture. And then I noticed that one would come up to the leaf and grab hold of it, and then maybe another one would let go. What were they doing? If you are close to my age, you might remember SRA reading boxes of reading cards. It was a way that kids had of assessing where they were with their reading skills, and then reading some cards, answering questions about them, and advancing through the different levels as the reading skills improved. We did this through most of my elementary school. The only content I remember was from 5th grade. I read an SRA card about ants that said that ants were the strongest animals in the world. This blew my 10-year-old brain, and I might have even told the teacher that SRA was wrong. Well, I got home and I told my mother about this, and she patiently explained that relative to their weight, ants indeed can carry more than other animals relative to their weight. So not only did I learn an interesting fact about ants that day, but I learned about ratios too. But I had never heard of ants cooperating to the degree that I saw today, that I saw on the patio. So I did a little digging, and sure enough, ants will work together to move something that they want. And because they don't have hands or arms, obviously, they grab it with their mouths and just tug it. And these seemingly random ants that I saw skittering around actually are scouts who are out sensing and figuring out where they want to take this treasure. And so one will come up, once they figure out where they want to go, one will come up to the object, grasp hold, and tug harder than the other ants to get that prize to go where he or she wants it to go. Very smart ants. And what a wonderful metaphor for caregiving, or really just living. When we have a goal that requires heavy lifting, we need a team. We can't do it by ourselves. And when we're down in there working hard with our heads down, sometimes we can lose sight of the goal. And we need scouts out there with fresh eyes to be able to move us and our team back on track and back in the direction that we need to go. So I still don't know what those ants were going to do with this piece of dried leaf, but I am grateful to them for their lesson in tenacity and in their ability to shift leadership when necessary to keep their goal in sight. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.